And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Here's Kyren Williams running out for another possession.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
To show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here's Richardson to throw.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 11. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. And that is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They were losers last week to Carolina, but they've got the lead here as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
They run it again with Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Now Chubb running right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Chubb on the counter. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. They go up the middle with Chubb. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's got it to about the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Nick Chubb stops short, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it? You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Play action. Now Richardson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And it will be Falcon football.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
They've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Called it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
You ain't going nowhere.
Three quarters have come and gone.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback. All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Richardson looking to throw.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. He's got it complete to Diggs right side. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
And Chubb tried the middle here. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And Diggs has it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Broncos are right back in this football game.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. His zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football.
Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Richardson.
He's got it. Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Flushed out right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Now here's Samuel on the end around.
There he goes, left side.
Deebo Samuel.
Touchdown, Falcons. Deebo Samuel, 74 yards.
And the Falcons use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. 1st and 10, it's Richardson.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. And he'll get nothing out of that one. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Richardson working from the gun.
That's complete once again to Hopkins. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40.
Back to the air with Richardson.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And the Falcons are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. Able to break the tackle and get some breathing room before being brought down just outside the 5. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll let their wide receiver take this one. It's Diggs. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
5-9.
They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to... here inside the 10-yard line. So the Broncos now down 24-14. A minute 45 to play. They need 2 scores, but a great starting spot here on 1st and goal.
Now Richardson.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock. And let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
They got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. He gets away from one. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Falcons are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now it's the Broncos' turn. Trailing in this one now. 1:04 on the clock. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays the game. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of dash, but plenty of production.
Here's Richardson.
Oh, it stays up. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Richardson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Escapes the sack. He's going to let it fly. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Falcons, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Denver, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.